Hello, everybody. Just remember one thing, my channel is not an entertainment channel. I cover a wide variety of happenings that takes place all across the globe, not just in dancehall, not just in entertainment, or just in Jamaica on the local soil. I speak on things that takes place in politics, in religion, in relationship, persons who are going through depression, going through a very rough patch in life. And so, because I usually do counseling, and so I'm better able to speak on some particular subject matters that one would deem very grave. Right. So do know that there are also other persons who watch my channel. Not everybody is interested in hearing something about entertainment all day, every day. There are several channels that does that. And so I have to do something a bit different. I did not come with a niche market in mind, targeting a particular audience. I just throw seeds everywhere and watch them grow. And so I know what to do if I want the channel to explode, to go viral and stuff like that. It can be through promotions, paid advertisements, and stuff like that. I choose not to. I choose to take my time and make everything organic. And I do not cater for explosive views and stuff like that. It was never my thing when I get out there. I think that anything that is happening, it's going to happen eventually because I can work within the resources that I have and the time slots that are available for me based on my schedule. So, guys, I just need you all to relax and just remember that there are other persons out there who watch a channel and they're there for other things other than entertainment. And so I do speak on politics, I do speak on religion, I do speak on various other things. Like I said, people going through a rough patch, family matters, and stuff like that. You understand? And it's one of those beautiful moments for me wherein I believe that it's my talent to speak on things that impact the life of others. And I take it with pride. And I'm very grateful for what the universe have blessed me with. So thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you. Everybody, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you very much for watching my videos. You are greatly appreciated. Now I see the celebration is in the air. Persons are celebrating the Jamaica Labour Party for winning the election. I think everybody across the island who voted for the JLP are in high spirit right now and are elated that their prime minister has remained the prime minister of Jamaica, as many persons were questioning whether or not he would actually win his seat, because had he lost his seat, then he most likely would have either resigned, as they say, or take another position, but someone else would have been given the prime minister's post. In my community, I see it's Hero Clark. Hero Clark is my MP. And, they were driving through and thanking the persons in the community for their continued support. And, he's honored to be, supported by the the persons across the community, in particular my community, where we really don't have to vote. You understand? I see many persons coming to me and asking me if it's my party that won and who I voted for. And I proudly tell them that I voted for the Jamaica Labour Party. I voted for the Jamaica Labour Party. I am not the person who, like I said, I didn't grow up in politics. I didn't grow up understanding or knowing anything about politics because my family was always the type of family who doesn't, my close family that is, or my immediate family, were never the type to engage in politics or even speak about it. It was just never a topic that we engage in while growing up. And, we were knowledgeable somewhat, but not to the extent that I am now or many persons are, because we just labor for our rights. My family, we work for what we want. And when we don't have it, we just do without. It's prideful, but it worked. We know hunger. We go without. That's how my parents grew me and us as children. We learn to do without when we don't have it. Understand? And that's basically the principles that I grew up living by. And it's a form of being selfish because it has contributed to me not having friends or many persons that I really associate with or even want to interact with. And it has its advantages and disadvantages. Advantages that, it takes me away from a lot of mix up, as they say, or quarrel or squabbles, you understand, and all this type of feud and stuff. So it takes me away from it. But the downside to it is that sometimes a friend in need is a friend indeed. When you really want some sort of support, nobody's actually there. And sometimes you wish that, you could have had someone who can give you at least an ear, so you can have some sort of encouragement or upliftment for the spirit, some sap for the spirit. So basically, we're in high spirits, and we are satisfied somewhat. There's more work to be done. We acknowledge that. And because we acknowledge it, we wait to see what will transpire. However, work was always being done. So it's not like we're surprised. And like I said, because we live wherein we do without when we don't have it and stuff like that, we're never the type of person that politician not doing anything for me and I can't buy this and I can't buy that and they need to do this, and we never grew up on that. We wanted to see like the infrastructures, road, water, this stuff, and you understand me. But it's not a matter of being rich, or it's not a matter that you are privileged or anything like that. No, absolutely not, because there are so many persons out there who really don't have it, like myself. I really do not have it. But you can't really tell if I don't come out and say it, because like I said, we grew up wherein we learn to do without. And because of such, I don't even know how to humbly ask. I mean, I know how to respectfully ask, but I don't necessarily know how to humbly ask. And maybe that's the reason many persons don't, I guess, assist me. But it's all good. It's all good. I see many persons are speaking on Judas, aka Portland, that, these people are very ungrateful. She gave them road and stuff like that. Persons in Portland are saying that you don't live in Portland, so you don't know what's taking place there. And many persons are also saying that she only fixed roads, she only this. No, I have families in St. Thomas and Portland, and they spoke specifically that she gave them light. She assisted them with getting light, getting electricity that is in their community. But they are PNP, so they could never vote for her. They had to vote for the PNP. I kid you not. I kid you not. So when persons are saying that she only did road and road is not enough, that's a goddamn lie. Another propaganda that's being spread. And many persons in the diaspora, if you don't know what's happening, it's best to ask many persons instead of one, because you're going to hear something and then you're going to take it and run with it, believing it's gospel. And then you're aiding in propaganda to further taint people's character. And it's not true. I have family members who live in Portland, and they spoke that they are PNP, so they could not support her. But yet she assisted them in getting electricity. And you have people who are PNP who are actually looking at them sideways from different constituency and different parish, looking at them sideways like, I mean, she did the last thing. What is it that you could possibly want? And it goes to show you that I always speak on some people have an innate stupidity in them and you cannot get it out. It cannot be, they can't rehabilitate. You can't change their mind. That's their pathology, basically. That's their pathology. That's naturally how they function. You understand? You can't get it rid of them. The people who are diarted, who are tribalistic and these type of people, they aren't about to change. So you're going to have to pray and hope that they can't reproduce or the evil will fully stop so that their bloodline and their generation can just die out. Because you want to know that there are persons out there who actually deserve their position and not giving it to them because you like them and because you are a supporter of a party, whether or not. This type of mentality is antediluvian and you need to get rid of it. Like, come on, we're in 2025. And if you're still walking around with a diarted mindset, many persons are saying that they don't know how they're going to manage because when it was PNP in power, they could afford this and they could afford that. I don't know. I remember that I have to work, whether it's PNP or Labour Party in power. I don't know how you people function. That's why I said it's going to be really, really rough for you. Because if you don't function with some sort of autonomy as a full-grown ass adult who is not sick or have any form of disability, and you don't believe in work, you don't believe in getting yourself gainfully employed, acquiring some sort of skill that heart is actually paying you part-time, it really says a lot about you. You are going to suffer dearly. And they're saying that PNP is for the poor and Jamaica Labour Party is for the rich. I do not want to be poor. And so I'm not looking for a poor representative. I'm not looking for a poor representative. I want to be enriched. I want to be enriched in every way. I want to be enriched. And so I want someone who represents potential, someone who represents goals, someone who represents zeal. You understand? Someone who makes you know that, listen, you can do it. You can work smart, you can work hard, you can do a variety of things and still make it and still become successful. And I think that is something paramount. I think that is something great for persons to want to acquire such virtue, that they are very ambitious. You are very goal-oriented. You are very persevering. You usually get assistance along the way. Because what? You are going towards a goal. And once you're going towards a goal, you will meet so many persons along the way. Doors will be shut in your face. Some will be open. That's just how it is. But you have to have a mindset to persevere for what you want and not believing that it's somebody's duty out there to hand you just about anything that you want. Yes, we know that there are people out there who are poor, who really do not have it. But you have to acquire yourself you have to acquire yourself affirmation. You have to feed yourself positive things. I have a shop that I'm building. It's not yet completed. Yeah, some of the materials here that I can put together. I'm just waiting on the individual to come and assemble it and stuff. But at the end of the day, many persons pass and the things that they're saying are not positive. A lot of, especially taxi drivers, a lot of them stop by my shop and they're very discouraging. Why are you doing this? Why you don't put this together? You better if you have bought a taxi and put it on the road. And I have to let them know that, listen, you and I do not share the same fundamentals. You see that bad energy that you're feeding me, feed it to yourself and feed it to your children. Do not feed it to me. We do not share the same fundamentals. We're not from the same cloth or the same breed. So the negative energy that you're feeding me, you need to feed it to your children. And you need to feed it to your mother or your father. Do not feed it to me, because I do not live by negativity. I live by positivity, self-affirmation, positive vibration. That's what I feed into. And if a person is not about that, I'm sorry, have a good day. We are not on the same path. We are not on the same journey. We're not heading to the same destination. I'm sorry, not sorry. These are things that you have to tell yourself. Many persons in Portland are also saying that they're taking the land from them and all of that, getting people off the property and stuff. Listen, if you're on a land or if you own 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 acres of land and you're not paying property tax on it for many years, more than a decade going, surprise! One day it's not going to be yours. One day it's not going to be yours. And guess what? It's not synonymous to Jamaica. It's all over the world. I always say nobody owns a house in United States. Nobody. You want to know, test them. Do not pay property tax for a year and see what happens. If you own the house and you bought it cash, do not pay property tax for a year and see what happens. See what happens. Just run the experiment. Don't pay any property tax for a year and see what happens. You have to pay property tax. And saying that she's giving it to the rich and it's the rich, it's for the rich and to do, it's not a matter of rich, it's a matter of investors. That you want people in the country that can facilitate, the government facilitate resources then. That comes via investors in the country. So not only employment, because employment is basic, but not only employment, but have you becoming an entrepreneur. You understand me? Pushing your own creativity, setting up a job market for your own self. All these type of things comes into play. So it's not just about you getting a job here or a 9-to-5 there when investors come in. No, it's not like that. There are so many persons who have benefited from investors coming in the country. You just need to widen your horizon. You just need to, leave the bush at some point in time. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I mean, I can't use any better euphemism. You just have to leave your area at some point. You're saying that Annmarie Vaz is fixing road for elite. Are you trying to tell me that it's only elite people drive? You know something is seriously wrong with you when you don't believe that you should walk on a paved road. Something is seriously wrong with you in 2025. She's fixing the road for the elite. You see, ungrateful people. That's why Beatodon did the video and he's wishing all these terrible things, trials and tribulation and curses to befall people of Portland. You can't really blame him because ungrateful people do not deserve well-wishing. I would never wish well on anybody who is ungrateful. You cannot do that. You cannot wish well on them. You have to wish that their land become infertile, it become barren. Because you're not grateful people. I told you I have family members living in Portland. And they said that she gave them electricity. Or facilitate for them to get electricity then. But they could not vote for her. So what is it that you want? There's no amount of good she could have done for any of them to be grateful. And so you need someone who is going to do you a great amount of bad. You ever heard of the opportunity cost? You're going to take from one thing to finance the other. If Isaac Buchanan comes in and he's going to assist so many poor, where do you think he's going to get the money from to help you? You want tablet, you want this, you want that. Where do you think the money is going to come from? Where do you think the money is going to come from? You think he's going to take it out of his bank pocket or his bank account? Bank pocket. His bank account. Well, bank pocket. Yeah. He's not going to take it out of his bank pocket to give you. It's going to come from somewhere. And I said that Dayton Campbell is a very well-deserved MP. You couldn't have found a better MP for Westmoreland than Dayton Campbell, given his past and given the type of crimes that are committed against children in Westmoreland and also in Hanover. I kid you not, the perfect representative for Westmoreland. Perfect representative. You understand? That parish is known to shield a whole lot of type of people in the society that commit nefarious acts against children. And so, you know, it is what it is. I will know stones in my mouth and we're not going to skip fences. But we're in a spirit that there are so many persons out there that are complaining that it's not a win and it's not this. I'm not here for all the bullshit. Miss me with all of that. I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not going to engage in it. I'm not going to entertain it. It's negative. I'm all about moving forward and what the Prime Minister has in store for the country and all of that. And that's what we are about. That's what we are focusing on right now. Not the mindset of sore losers. Sore losers. You guys are sore losers. You need a napkin or a tissue or something. You need to build a bridge. A very, very, very wide bridge that's long. And get the hell over it. You know. But it's just one of those moments, I guess. It's just one of those moments where, you know, if you want to know when the PNP will win the election, I can tell you. PNP will win the election, I think, two elections later. They will win. But not the next one. Or the other one, I think. Depends on the Prime Minister. But I think it's the next two elections that they will win. That's all I have to say. Thank you for your time. Enjoy your day. God bless you. Bye-bye.